One Love, coming at you with another video. And on today's video we are going to be doing a quote-unquote makeup look for the holidays. We're pretty much gonna wing this. Like I said before, I am no makeup guru under any circumstances. However, I was requested to do a video in regards to a makeup look, so we're just gonna use some, festive colors that I feel will go along and make how I look now a little more appealing. Also, in regards to this video, we are also going to be talking a little more in detail about anxiety. One of my previous videos that I did where I went over how to detangle my virgin MeenExtensions hair, which you can also check out. I will have that video over to the side. That video you can also check down below. I will have that linked or maybe somewhere within this video. I talked a little bit in regards to anxiety. It was a reaction video from Leah Gordon. She talked about YouTubers and how they like to use depression or anxiety as an scapegoat when things go wrong or things start to become a little bit negative surrounding them and their platform. Someone as myself who suffers from anxiety, someone who watched it, well, a few people actually who watched that video had questions in regards to my anxiety. So pretty much with this video, if you want to hear more about my story and how this face turned out, just stay tuned. All right, y'all, so I pretty much did my foundation off of camera as well as my eyebrows. I actually used primer this time. I was in TJ Maxx and I ended up getting the Flawless Face Foundation Primer by Absolute New York. I went ahead and I got this one simply because I didn't want to go to Sephora and spend my money on something that I honestly have no idea what it's for or even what I'm looking for. In one of my previous videos I stated that I never prime, so I didn't really see the importance of it. However, I didn't do much research on it, and I knew that priming can help with how your pores look when you're taking photos or just in your makeup as in general. So I wanted to see if it was going to, I guess, minimize my pores, because sometimes I feel that my pores can be pretty, big and out there. So we're gonna see how this works. And I also got the HD Flawless setting powder that I wanted to go ahead and try out. Like I said, I usually don't use translucent powder simply because I feel like sometimes it can make you look a little too bright, and I really don't want to look that bright. But we're gonna see, because some people, they leave it on to actually bake. However, I also have seen that some people, they just press it in like a pressing powder, and it doesn't make you look so bright. So we're gonna see how this looks. Also, I have went in with this pretty green color right here, so that we can get into this makeup look and see how crazy we're gonna look after this. So I have went in with this pretty green color right here, so that we can get into this makeup look and see how crazy we're gonna look after this. I just went ahead and went into that with my crease and blended that out some. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and start on the other eye. Pretty much with the whole anxiety thing, the question was, when did I realize that I had anxiety? I honestly realized that I had anxiety my freshman year of college. And the reason why how I realized that I had anxiety my freshman year of college was because my granddad actually passed. His memorial will be on the 16th of this month. And when I say it wasn't the worst time for me, but I really didn't know how to handle it or how to accept it, because I went to the University of Texas in Arlington. I was over 19 hours away, and I didn't have any family. He was going through remission. He had cancer for quite some time. When I was a kid, I didn't know that he had cancer, honestly, up until I may have been maybe 16 years old. Because he just kept it, not a secret from like my parents, but from the kids. Like it was a, it was a secret to us, because it's not our duties to really be not so concerned, but we really don't understand. And I'm in high school at the time, so I'm pretty sure that was the last thing that was on his mind, was to be like, oh, Melina, I have cancer. However, I think I may have been 17, 18. Yeah, I think I may have been 18 when he finally like told me himself, like out of his mouth, like, hey Melina, like I've been going through this for quite some time, because my parents, they used to work a lot, and he was the one who actually took me to get my driver's license at the time. And I don't know, it was just a conversation that we were having, because he was in and out of the doctor at the time. And I guess, he felt that it was appropriate for him to tell me at that time, and was just like, yeah, well, this is what I'm going to the doctor for, this, that, and the third. And I was like, oh, really, granddad? We sat and we talked about it and stuff like that. And he was like how he was okay. But like I said, my freshman year of college in 2013, he ended up passing November 16th. So at that moment, like, I really didn't have a choice but to stay strong and make sure that I got my schoolwork and stuff done. I still got good grades. I have transcripts to prove. So I still did good and stuff like that. However, it didn't really hit me until I got home the day of, well, no, it wasn't the day of his funeral. I went home, obviously, because it was technically like Thanksgiving and Christmas break, and my mom and my grandma, they're going through the whole process of, planning funerals and stuff like that. And I kid you not, the day of his funeral was the day, like, even my roommate, Kelsey, and Tiffany, especially Kelsey, that's my roomie, love you, girl. She was the one who was like, Melina, like, I haven't even seen you cry. Like, were you not that close to him? Like, what's going on? And I honestly was like, I wanted to make sure that I got my schoolwork done. I was there by myself. I really didn't know what to say or like how to feel, because the last thing that I said to him, and I promise you I'm not gonna cry. The last thing that I had said to him was, I love you, granddad. He was in the hospital. He couldn't talk. He was pretty much a vegetable at this point. And I was like, I love you, granddad. I'm gonna see you soon. And I told him that I was gonna come over his house and I was gonna spend the night. Oh, I might cry. And I just felt like I wasn't there for him, and I felt like that for so many years, and that I wish I could have done more to show him that I loved him, but I honestly couldn't do anything. I was, so many miles away from him. And I remember having this dream where I was making him a sandwich, because he really didn't like cheese. Like, he hated cheese. And he loved mustard. We had a full-blown conversation in regards to Subway and how he hated Subway because they don't give you enough meat. Now, mind you, now I eat nothing but Subway. He was like how they don't give you enough meat, and he just loves mustard on his stuff, and he, that's just, yeah, like his sandwiches were like so plain. I remember in the dream, like right after he passed, I was making him a sandwich and I couldn't stop telling him like, I love you, granddad, I miss you, granddad, because I didn't feel like I was able to do that during the process that he was, you know, in his ending days, and I'm away from family, and I feel like I couldn't do anything. From that moment forward, I feel like every day I lived with feeling like something was wrong, or like somebody was like gonna get hurt, or like somebody was like I wasn't gonna be able to do anything. My dad, he has epilepsy. My mom, she has really bad asthma. I want to say my senior year of high school, I started thinking back on like previous days, and I was just like, I cried all the time for honestly no reason. I cried all the time, and I really didn't know why. I just felt like, I don't know. It was really hard to explain. Like, I really didn't know why I felt so sad. You know, like my first time like ever seeing my father have a seizure was just like, that's something like you can never get out of your head. And if he looks at this video, I'm sorry, but this is just me, and I'm expressing myself, and this is how I've learned how to get stuff out, not putting anybody's business out. I will never get that deep within conversations to just air all of me and my family's business. That is something that I'm never gonna do on this platform. I don't care what the reasoning behind me doing these videos, even if it's just to help people, you know, who are going through similar situations. I'm not gonna put anything further than what I'm saying out to the world to say anything about anyone else. Anything about myself, I can honestly care less. But as far as like my family, no, that's off limits. If that's something that you can't get out of your head, and I didn't really know how to, I didn't know how to really swallow that, because like I said, I always felt like something was wrong. I didn't want to ask for stuff. I didn't want to go anywhere. I was a loner. I've always been a loner. Like, sometimes I don't know why my friends want to be my friends. I love y'all though. But I don't know, like I broke out in hives because I was pretty much like freaking myself out all the time. And after my first year, I ended up coming back home from Texas. I'm pretty much going over my eye with my LA Girl Pro Conceal, so that I can have a clean surface to pretty much cut my crease. Again, I'm no professional at this. We're just winging it to see what look we're gonna come up with. After my first year, and I ended up coming back home from school, I was just freaking out. And I always felt like I was gonna have a seizure. I was gonna have a stroke or something, because I just felt like I was always telling other people like, oh, this might happen, or that might happen, or oh, I gotta make sure like my dad is okay, or oh, I gotta make sure like he's taking this medicine, or oh, I gotta make sure like my mom is okay, like can she breathe? Like, even if my mom is going through a regular cold, I'm like, hey, are you okay? Because I don't want anything to happen to her. Like, I love my parents so much, and I just felt that I was trying to control situations that I honestly had no control over under any circumstance. And it got to the point where I would like think so much about the future and the what ifs and stuff that wouldn't even necessarily happen, to where I felt like I was really like I was hyperventilating. And I was going to the gym like continuously around this time. Like, I was small. Like, if you guys look back at my pictures, or for those of you who like know me in person and y'all look at my pictures, you'll be like, yeah, Melina, like you were very small. And I was going to the gym all the time. I was small. It wasn't that I wasn't eating or anything. I was still eating, but to everyone else it didn't look like I was eating enough. because of the fact that I was always up and on the go, and I was just getting small and small and small. And it was this one day, like, I was drinking water all the time. Like, no matter how much I went to the gym, no matter how much I ate, like, I always drank water. I have water here with me right now. And it just felt like I was not getting enough water in at this time. And it was just something in me that was just like, Melina, like, you need to go to the hospital. And I feel like at that time my parents were like, Melina's like really serious, like something is actually like wrong with her. Not like something is wrong with me, but I remember my mom, she was like, I really hope like you're okay. Because I was just like, Mom, like, I feel weird, like I don't feel like myself. It was like I just wasn't in my right head under, like, at all. I'm pretty much going on my eyes right now with the LA Color Shimmer Loose Eyeshadow. This right here. To give it, I don't know, we're just gonna give it a super glam little look here. I just feel like using some shimmery gold because I just, you know, think it looks kind of cute. She was like, I really hope like you're okay. And her and my dad both took me to the nearest hospital to see like if I was okay, and like took me to the emergency room because I was like freaking the hell out. When I got to the hospital, I was there for maybe like 12, was it 12 hours? Yeah, I was probably there for like 12 hours because I remember that it was overnight, and if I feel like it took forever for them to see me because it really wasn't nothing wrong with me. And the doctor was pretty much like how I was dehydrated and all of my vitals were pretty much low. And the first thing he said, he was like, are you stressed? And I was like, no. Like, what do you mean am I stressed? Like, I didn't think I was stressed. I felt like I was perfectly fine. I was doing, you know, regular stuff. I was going out. I was going to work. I was working out. I thought I was, you know, regular, degular, smuggler, healthy girl. And he was like, pretty much that I needed to stop stressing so much. And stress is something that could cause you to become dehydrated. And of course, they, you know, they gave me my vitals, sent me on about my way, ended up going back home. And, you know, I was perfectly fine. My mom ended up making me breakfast. And, you know, from then forward, I would always think to myself, like, why did I have to go to the hospital? Why did I have to do that? Like, what is going on? Like, they said I'm perfectly fine, but I don't feel like I'm fine. So why am I acting like this if I'm just dehydrated? Like, and I drink water all the time. Like, what's real tea? Okay, so I pretty much went over that crease a little bit more with a little touch of this, I guess you can call it a rust color. And I went in there and blended that out just a little bit, and we came up with this here. I spent 4 years really evaluating myself and trying to get to a place where I was more understanding of the fact that I knew I was a little bit different when it came to, now I don't want to say my mental stability, like I'm just crazy or something like that, but as far as why I was so emotional a little bit more than your average person, and why everybody was like, Melina, like, you never thought this much about a yes or no question. And it took for me to get out of my previous relationship that I was in, and for me to move 100% completely by myself, and to sit and self-evaluate on myself, and to call my doctor and say, hey, I feel that it's time for me to talk to someone about my issues or my problems that I feel that I'm having and what's going on, and to see if there's something that we could do in order to help me manage my thoughts, because it's nothing that I've never thought like suicidal thoughts before. However, like I said, there are just some things that I overanalyze, and I always feel that I have to help, or that is going to make a tremendous difference depending on the circumstance or the situation. And some stuff is just, nothing is ever going to go the way that you really want it to in life. And that's something that it gets kind of hard for me to understand. Like, I want for everything to be perfect. I want to know where I'm going within the next 5 years. I always have a set plan for almost every month, every year. Like, I'm always thinking in the future. I don't feel like I'm doing good enough when it comes to where I'm at in life, regardless if I have my own apartment, my own car, my credit's good, or what have you. I never feel like I'm doing enough. I always think about my parents, and is my mom okay? Is my dad okay? Is my brother okay? Is my granny okay? I'm always thinking about everyone else and what's going on, instead of just living for the right now and giving myself a pat on the back to say, Melina, like, you're doing a good job. You're only 23. Everything is not going to go smooth every single day. And like I said, it wasn't that it started messing up my relationships. That really wasn't a part of why I'm no longer in a relationship now. However, because of the fact that I would become pretty emotional at times, especially around now in the holiday seasons, since my grandfather and my great grandma passed around the same time, it isn't really a time that I'm my happiest. I'm happy, don't get me wrong, but I have times where I kind of backtrack and I feel myself getting into my emotions at times, and I don't necessarily know how to control it. I know what's going on. I know that it's coming on. I know that I know when I'm going to have an anxiety attack. I know when something is bothering me. I know when I'm a little bit more down than usual. However, one thing that you learn with having anxiety or depression is that you have to get to a point where you're able to control those thoughts, regardless of how many times you go to therapy, no matter how many times you talk to different people. The whole purpose of you going to therapy or talking to other people is simply so that you can get to a point where you're understanding of, okay, so it's happening right now. Okay, well, I feel myself getting a little anxious. I feel myself, sinking into a place that I'm familiar with. What am I going to do to get myself out of that point? Should I, go play the video game? Should I do me a wig because that makes me feel good? Should I call up my friends and just go out? Should I take a relaxing bath and chill out for a little bit? You have to get to a point where you're able to pinpoint when your episodes are coming on. I call them episodes. When your episodes are coming on and you're able to familiarize yourself with it and gradually get to a point where you're like, oh no, I feel you coming on. We having a good day, honey. We're not gonna go there. Keep it moving. Come back within a few months and then try it again. So the question that I got in regards to my medicine and what I take, I honestly feel like I'm just rambling, because there's so much more that I wish I can say in regards to my anxiety without, like I said, really putting myself out there or my family out there. I just feel like this is going in a whole circle. The medicine that I do take for my anxiety is called fluoxetine. Fluoxetine is, I guess you can say, an antidepressant that you can take with or without food if you feel that it is necessary. You're recommended to take it at least once every day. The dosage that I have is very, very, very low, because my doctor knows that I am able to pretty much control my anxiety pretty well. However, I do have moments where stuff can just get a little overwhelming for me. Like I said, if you know, this is the time of the year, like I said, where I think about my grandparents quite a lot, or you know, I'm at work and I'm thinking about my career and what it is that I'm gonna do with myself, or you know, where I see myself being within the next few years, or if my parents are okay. Then if I feel myself sinking down into that point where it started to just, it's becoming a little too overwhelming or a little bit negative, if you will, then I will go ahead and take it. Sometimes I forget to take it because, like I said, it's, at least what I have, is not one of those pills where you are required to take it every single day. It is something that if you don't take it, you're not going to feel loopy. You're not going to, you know, crave it. You're not going to get addicted or anything like that. Like, I literally can stop taking it at any given day if I need to, and I feel perfectly fine. One thing that it does not cure is my road rage. That is something that I really wish that it could do, because I kid you not, people out here, they keep trying it. I just need a hoverboard. I mean, not a hoverboard. I need a jetpack. If I had a jetpack, we'd be cool in the game, because I wouldn't even have to worry about y'all. The question is, what would I recommend for those who may feel that they are suffering from anxiety or depression? One thing with me that I felt was hard was simply just, one, acknowledging the fact that you have, like I said, something wrong. And talking to someone about it. I didn't really want to talk to my parents about it. It took years, well into me pretty much leaving their house at 20, that I had depression or anxiety. Even when I told them, I don't want to say that they didn't believe me, but I've always been known to be the, I guess you can say, the dramatic child throughout my entire family. So when it came to me saying, hey, I think something is wrong, in my opinion, no way am I saying that this is how my parents reacted under any circumstances, but simply because of the child that I was, it always pretty much wanting to be in the spotlight and this, that, and the third. I don't feel that they took me serious when I said that I have anxiety or depression, because like I said, I wasn't going through anything detrimental for them to understand why I was having these thoughts or why I was so sad all the time. Like I said, anxiety does not have a look to it at all. It doesn't, you don't just walk up to someone and you look at them and be like, oh, she got anxiety, or oh, she depressed. No, like, it could be some of the happiest looking people that end up having these problems wrong with them. I would personally gain the courage to talk to someone about your problems, even if it's me and you want to comment on this video, or you want to share this video and there's someone else that, you know, you may feel that needs help. I am more than open to talking to people. Talk to your parents about it. Talk to your aunt about it. The first person that made me feel okay with having anxiety and wanting to go, like, actually talk to someone and start the process of, I guess you can say, getting help, was my grandma on my dad's side. It took for me to talk to her, and to be honest, she was the last person that I thought would have been understanding. I just called her and told her everything that was going on or what had been going on, for X amount of time and why I felt like this and this, that, and the third. And I said, Granny, I need to talk to you. This is what's going on. I think I have anxiety. I'm depressed. I've been this way for X amount of time. I don't have nobody to talk to, or it always feels like I don't have anybody to talk to. Even with my ex, I don't care how many times I would talk about the same thing. I never felt like I was getting anything off of my chest at all. And it's because sometimes when people aren't going through, you know, something that may be a little similar to them, they honestly may not understand. You know what I'm saying? And in a sense, it can come off as, why are you crying about the same thing? At least that's how I felt. And that's something about anxiety or depression that a lot of people don't want to talk to people, because of the fact that we feel like we always talking about the exact same thing. Like, if I have to tell people like, oh, I have anxiety, and well, what are you know, what's going on with that today? And it could be about the exact same thing, and they'll be like, Melina, what the hell are you sitting here thinking about where you gonna be in the next 5 years and you doing okay? You know what I'm saying? Like, at a certain point, you don't want to feel like you being a burden on somebody. So instead of you talking to someone and saying, hey, look, I got this problem going on, can you like help me out, kinda, I need to like really talk to somebody, we'll just shut up and not talk about it at all. Especially, I feel like in our, you know, colored community, I feel that it's not, I don't want to say it's not normal to talk about the fact that we might have, you know, certain mental issues and things like that. But a lot of people just make it seem like, oh, you just acting out, or you trying to escape the fact that you don't want to do this or you don't want to do that, when it's just like, no, like, some people may actually be going through this stuff. Like, they might actually be sad on the inside. And like I said before, it doesn't mean, you know, that they weak or what have you, because trust me, I'm the strongest person if you really get to know me. But when it comes to certain situations, like, some people just don't know how to handle certain stuff. It doesn't matter if you're a woman, it doesn't matter if you're a man, it doesn't matter if you're 42, it doesn't matter if you're 23, it doesn't matter if you're 4, it doesn't matter how old you are. If you feel that you are having some type of issues and there's really nobody for you to talk to, or you feel like you are alone, you need to gain that confidence within yourself to talk to someone. Otherwise, it's not going to do anything but get worse and worse and worse as time goes on. Trust me, you're going to wake up and you're going to be in the living room crying about stuff that you don't have no reason to be crying about. You know what I mean? Like, it's more than just, you know, like, I really, to be completely honest, I really can't explain it. Like, unless you go through situations like this, I honestly feel like there are going to be people on the outside looking in feeling like we just being dramatic. And I kid you not, it is not that at all. Like, I've had people be like, well, Melina, what you got to be depressed about? I don't know. That's why I'm here. I don't know. I don't have a reason to be depressed. But does that mean that I'm not? Because I didn't go through anything super dramatic for me to be depressed. Like, you don't even know what I've been through, but people will judge you like it is nobody's business and be like, oh, well, you need to get over it. I guess. Tell my brain to get over it, because my brain seems to think otherwise. So yes, that would be the first step to me, that I feel is important, to talk to someone in regards to your how am I doing this, honey? Is to talk to someone about your problem, and that you have acknowledged the fact that, you know, it's something up there just ain't sitting right with you. Step 1, acknowledge the fact that, you know, stuff may not sit well up there for you, and that you should talk to someone, which is step 2. talking to someone was the best thing for me, because if I didn't talk to anyone, I wouldn't have step 3, gained enough courage to go talk to my primary doctor in regards to, you know, getting on some type of antidepressants to see how it would help me and the overall health, you know, my mental health. And to be completely honest, if I didn't start taking those pills, I honestly don't think that I would be on here doing YouTube the way that I have right now. And I'm not just saying that because it sounds so cliche, especially with so many people wanting to say that they're going through all of this, that, and the third these days. But no, when I say seriously, if it wasn't for me taking my anxiety medicine, I don't feel that I would have as much confidence as I do right now. I don't feel that I would be doing YouTube as constantly and consistently as I do now. I don't feel that I would have as much energy as I do to even get on camera and talk to y'all. I don't feel that I would be congratulating myself to say, Melina, you've done a good job and that you're really going to go far with yourself. You're doing a really good job for your age compared to, you know, others, or even compared to some elders in your life. Like, you're doing a really good job, and it's just something that, like I said, I can stop taking them tomorrow. I don't even remember me taking them earlier today. And when I say I can move on with my life and know that I did this for a good reason, and I was to simply make myself happy, I can honestly say that I'm 100% happy now that I've come out and I've said, like, this is something that I genuinely struggle with, and I'm trying so hard to beat this and battle this and have more confidence within myself. Like, growing up, I can honestly say, like, I've never really had confidence in myself, and a lot of people never knew that because I never broadcasted it. I never said anything in regards to me having, you know, whether or not it was low self-esteem or what have you. I just never said anything because everybody thought I was perfect. Everybody thought I was cookie cut, you know, and I felt like it just made me look even more insecure because of the fact that I didn't know how to express myself. I didn't think I was pretty. At one point, I was always chunky. I felt like people would talk about me if I wore certain stuff, so I wouldn't go buy certain stuff or the latest clothes or what have you that everybody had because I didn't think that it would look right. And it was just so much that a lot of people just didn't know about me that I'm 100% open to saying today to help someone else who may be going through the exact same thing that I'm going through now. And that is simply because I am that much more confident within myself to say, I really don't care under any circumstances anymore. If anyone wants to know what taking fluoxetine or me coming to terms that I have, you know, this mental disability, like I said, I'm perfectly fine. I don't think about killing myself or nothing like that. But if anyone wants to say, what did you coming out saying this do for you? Or, you know, how do you feel like you talking to someone help? It simply helped me gain confidence. And it made me so much happier because I don't care. It made me not care. I don't care about anything. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not gonna say I don't care about anything because I still care about stuff and I still care about people, but it's not to the point where, like I say, like, you can leave a negative comment under this video and I'm not gonna care because I'm that confident within myself to say So so like, I'm happy and I'm content with myself in my life right now, to where nothing that you can say is gonna stop me from just being the best me and trying to succeed. Just succeed with my life. And I feel like, you know, not tackling this or even understanding what this was back in the day, I feel like I've missed out on so much because of the fact that, like I said, I was just, I didn't want to do the wrong thing and have people laugh at me and say, oh, she's doing this wrong, or you look stupid doing this, you know. And like I said, I just don't care now. Alright, y'all, so I will be going in with my Ardell Wispies. I love Ardell Wispies. And again, I stated on one of my previous videos that on my website I have where I will have mix coming soon. However, I honestly have not found a vendor that I am 100% satisfied with. Like, I take my job very seriously, which is again why I'm on YouTube, to promote myself a lot better than what I have in the past. Anything that has my name on it, I'm going to make sure that I do the best, and make sure that I get out good content and just overall good customer service. And I don't want to just give you guys something because I want to make money or a profit off of it. So this is pretty much the one that I have. It's the twin pack and they look like these. I love Wispies so much, and I got these from Walgreens. They are on sale for $5, $6 with after taxes. So you guys should definitely go get these while they're good before they sell out. Ardell Wispies, they run you for like $6 per one. So get these while you can. Alright, y'all, so this is the look that we came up with. I went ahead and I paired that off with a red lip, and to be completely honest, I never go for red lips, but when I say I'm actually feeling this, I would usually go for a nude, maybe even a burgundy. However, I am really liking this color. Give me just a second. All right, so I came back and I fixed my lips. I'm loving this 100%, more than what I am liking that red that I had. I'm not the biggest fan of red, and the more I started looking at it, I just wasn't feeling it. Plus, I really didn't like the applicator, and I really didn't like the consistency. And the product that I used before is Beauty Concepts in this color red here. I just really don't care for it at all. However, the one that I have on my mouth now is a LA Girl matte flat velvet lipstick, and it looks like this. And I honestly just like this so much better. I got this from the beauty supply store, so go ahead and grab that. And like I said, this is just the look that we came up with. I did my mascara at the bottom with my W7 Lashtastic False Liquid Lashes right here. And that is pretty much it, guys. This is the look that we're carrying here. Do you see those flips, honey, with these mean extensions and this wig that I did not put down? I did not use any got to be glue with that, but that's perfectly fine for me for the sake of this video. So again, in reference to anybody who is out there who is suffering for anxiety, like I said, I know I probably just rambled through this video, but honestly, that is how I talk. I just want to state that when I talk, I can honestly jump from topic to topic. So if it is hard for you to understand me and you're not really, you know, catching how everything goes into each other, please contact me. Please let me know. Please comment below and let me know if you guys are having any difficulties with understanding. I talk very fast, and like I said, when I have, you know, different things that pretty much go into each other, it seems like I can be rambling. So if you guys are, you know, suffering from any senses of depression or any anxiety, things of that nature, please comment, and please, you know, message me, whether it's on my Instagram, my Facebook, Snapchat, anything. I will respond. You can even send me an email at MeenExtensions@gmail.com. You can comment, you can just contact me, and I will get back with you and I can talk to you about it if you feel like you don't have anyone to talk to in regards to a condition that you may feel that you have. Share this with a friend. Let them know that I'm here. I simply wanted to do this and come on this platform because of the fact that, like I said, I know that there are a lot of people out here just like me who just don't have people to talk to, and I want to be that person that y'all can talk to. Also, if you are liking this hair, I have worn this in several videos before. Please go to my website at MeenExtensions.com. This is the color 4B, and this is a regular 2B that has to be lifted with developer. I do not have colors that come in this here. You will have to color it yourself, or you can comment, you can let me know if you're wanting a custom color as well. However, that does cost extra. So yeah, if you're just liking this simple little look here that we have going on, like this video and let me know that this is something that you like to see from me. Comment below. Like I said, let me know of any other issues you have, and don't forget about Freestyle Fridays, where I do videos that you guys want to see me do. And if you are selected for that video on Friday, you will have to continue to see week through week to see if one of your requested videos is one of the videos that will be chosen for that current or upcoming Friday. Okay, so until next time, I'm Simone Love, and I thank you guys for letting me cry and just be so vulnerable on camera. Until next time, I will see y'all later.